want to welcome everybody. This is episode 3 of The Bridge. I'm one of your hosts, Taylor Gunn.
It's MTG Bridge.
I think the name of the show we're using is The Bridge, but the website...
But the website is called MTG Bridge, and there's already a podcast called The Bridge. So
remember?
There is a podcast called The Bridge?
Yes. Yeah, but it's about bridge.
The game Bridge?
I think so. Either that or it's about building things to cross bodies of water.
Yeah. So we either have a playing card or a civil engineering podcast.
No, it's MTG Bridge is our website.
Or you just call us MTG Bridge, and then we don't.
All right, welcome to the Magic Bridge. I'm one of your hosts, Taylor Gunn.
The Magic Bridge? That sounds like something Puff the Magic Dragon flies over. I don't like that. I can't get behind that. Can we just call it MTG Bridge?
All right, welcome to MTG Bridge. That's
right.
Fine. I'm outruled here. I'm one of your hosts, Taylor Gunn. The other hosts are Jack Grannon. Say hi, Jack.
I can introduce myself.
You're a little drunk to introduce yourself, actually.
My name is Jack Grannon.
And I am Jake Al. I'm really glad to get off of half episode and get back onto the whole numbers. I was kind of freaked out after episode 2.5.
I love the fact that we had to do an episode 2.5.
I'm kind of a fan myself.
I'm kind of hoping that this one ends up being posted as episode 3.25 or 3 some decimal place.
Well, I think decimal place is better, as we already figured out.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody that tuned in. Even if you're not willing to admit that you tuned in to episode 2.5, please you don't have to shout out on Twitter, but spread the words amongst your friends. We want to be everybody's dirty little secret, not just yours. All right, we missed a spot, so we're going to play What's in the Cup, as traditional here on the Bridge, MTG Bridge.
All 2 episodes.
Yeah.
3 maybe.
Well, the third time's a charm.
Sure.
Listen,
Jack,
I'm sick of your attitude, Jack. What's in your cup?
All right, so I'm drinking some Tilt.
What is Tilt?
Appropriate. I don't know. It's a malt beverage. It's 12% alcohol by volume, and it's in a large-ass can.
Let me smell this.
All right. It's fruit punch.
Ooh, this smells tasty.
It's similar to...
Do you have any major diseases?
Four Loko. I mean, a couple.
Okay.
So it's like a Four Loko-esque drink?
Yeah, but it's called Tilt, and it's twice as much alcohol by volume.
As Four Loko?
Yeah.
Is this why you're such a surly bastard tonight?
That is exactly why, actually.
Yeah, you can't tell that he's a little bit inebriated.
I'm a little bit.
Oh man, that's really good, actually.
It is. It's tasty.
I would drink the shit out of
and
that.
And 12%, yeah.
The green one is bad. I just had the green one. I took one sip and dumped it out. It was awful.
I would have drank that, just for the record.
Drinking?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Is that a special
That's
karate move
pause.
that you learned?
That's a fox pause.
That's
right
a fox pause. Jake, what are you drinking?
I am drinking Mike's Classic Margarita, the traditional lime flavor. I had a little bit of a shillelagh, but I was kind of having my big girl panties on. Or no, I didn't have.
So are you gonna ruin the shillelagh? We're gonna get to the shillelagh, but while
I just couldn't do it.
While I have J Cal front and center here, I'm gonna ask him: does he prefer cardboard or plastic applicators for his tampons?
God, I don't know the difference. How bad?
Since you're drinking margarita out of a 12-ounce bottle like a sissy.
Yeah, well, I mean, shit happens.
I mean, they don't even serve that at gay bars. Are you aware of this?
Wow. Now I know not to go to gay bars.
He would not know because he's probably not gay.
I'm drinking a beautiful beverage. There's a lot of different names for this. It's called a shillelagh amongst our friends. And what it is equal parts Jameson and Bailey's. It's really important that you make this over ice and that the liquors are warm when you pour them. The melting of the ice is going to really mellow out the drink for you. I highly recommend this. It gets me way fucked up. I'm on number 3. But it's got a little bit of that whiskey bite, wouldn't you say, Jake?
Yeah, it had a lot of bite for me. I couldn't handle it. I've been sick the past couple days, so I'm kind of impressed that I'm able to just, stand at this point, so.
Well, alright, fair enough. I'll let you have that excuse. We're going to move on without beating you up too bad.
Thanks. Yeah, well, I don't need to be beat up. My arm hurts because my girlfriend gave me a flu shot and it hurt.
Your girlfriend's allowed to give flu shots?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway.
She's a pharmacist. I didn't realize they were allowed to give shots.
Yeah, they can give shots, but you have to, ask them to and go to their store and stuff.
Will she give me a flu shot?
Yeah.
Can I ask for it in my bum-bum?
Nope.
Why not?
What if I just take shots better in my bum-bum?
I'll ask her for you.
It is one of the fattier areas, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be in muscle, though. That's why I asked her. I was like...
I don't know if you know this, but your bum-bum is a huge muscle.
Oh, I know it is.
Did they not cover that in your many biology classes?
I know that it is. I think it's just inappropriate in a public place to
not public.
It's pretty public. I mean, there were people that could have watched me.
Whatever. Is this a medical podcast or is this?
It could be.
I don't actually know what this is about. So let's.
Neither
just...
do I. Let's
It's about
go.
magic
What do
together.
we have?
Alright,
What are we talking about?
First order of business I want to talk about is Finkelgate. Now, for those of you not familiar,
Finkel date.
No, here's the thing. Like, it's been gone over, and it's Finkelgate. So just shut the fuck up.
No, here's the thing. Finkel date is funnier.
Disagree.
All right. Well.
All right,
disagree
Finkelgate.
to degree.
Yeah.
All right. God, you're drunk. Finkelgate. All right, John Finkel was on this dating website, OkCupid, and he went on this date with this girl who apparently writes for some blog called Gizmodo.
Yeah.
Right. Which
It's a
is
blog?
which is a nerdy, like a tech blog.
Oh, is it a tech blog?
Yeah.
Well, if you couldn't guess by the name, yes.
I mean, you're the engineer, so I'm much
Nothing to
less
do with
techy than you.
engineering. It's about being nerdy
And he is nerdy.
yeah. a
What's
little
more nerdy, being an engineer or being a hairdresser? So thanks, you're
Or
more
being
nerdy
a
than I
Magic
am.
player.
Yeah, we're both nerdy, so
All
I'm
right.
just saying.
Anyway, girl goes on this date, finds out that John Finkel is former world champion.
Yeah, and it happens because she's like, hey, my brother plays this game. And he's like, oh, so do I. I'm kind of a big deal.
By the way, I'm
Yeah.
a world champion.
Right.
Everyone knows the story, I think.
Yeah.
But just in case you don't.
Yeah, if you're listening to this podcast, you probably know the story. Anyway, so I thought we would go around and, in turn for this woman doing this awful thing to one of our hallowed heroes, we're going to tell the worst things that we've ever done to a woman on a date.
Wait,
We're not going to talk about Finkelgate anymore. I mean, I guess everyone else
it's
has already
been talked
berated
about.
her.
Like,
yeah.
you know, I
So
just
that's
figured.
our
I mean,
I
she's kind of scummy.
I mean, she's kind of ugly. Like,
I never
I
saw
don't
her.
think that's really appropriate.
all right. Let me tell you this. I was actually.
I would date her.
Her name is Alyssa Bariznak, in case you were curious. Do we have her phone number that we can give it out to the listeners?
I wish.
That would
No,
But
I'm
her-
gonna tell you how ugly this
Her
chick is.
Twitter handle is @Alyssa Bariznak. And you just spell out her name
No
because
one
there were a
knows
lot of
how
people
to
sending
spell
to
that,
her.
so what's the point of saying
We'll
that?
Just-
put it in our show notes.
Yeah.
Okay, we
All
don't,
right.
we don't even have show notes.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
I can
All
make
right. Making a note right now under how I asked Jake
Those
Cal
are life totals.
why his brother hates me, but
Is that what that says? That is illegible.
Okay, anyway.
all right. We're gonna tell the worst thing that we've ever done to a girl, and I'm gonna start. So I was on a dating website called Plenty of Fish, and this girl messaged me with a very salacious message.
Hold
What does
on.
that mean?
What does salacious mean?
It was very sexually oriented,
All right,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in.
and she was telling me about how hot I was and how she wanted to look into my eyes while she sucked my dick.
Wait, that's not even possible.
Have you ever hit? God, that's a whole other story. Anyway,
Oh, I thought that's what was leading into it.
no.
Wait, so that's what
okay.
her whole message was about.
No, yeah, it was just like, God, you're so hot, and I want to bone you. And I'm like going through her profile, and this girl, like,
What's her rating here?
I'm
Like
about to describe her.
two.
I'm about to describe her.
She's the 2,
It's
obviously.
it looks like you took Jangling Automaton and put makeup on it. That's what this girl looks like. But I hadn't been laid in like 3 years at this point, so I was just like, all right, fine. Like, I'm gonna run it and see what happens. I can always close my eyes during a BJ and just like imagine it's Alyssa Milano, whoever. Like,
But she wanted to look in your eyes, so.
I don't give a shit what she wants. If I'm just gonna get a knob job from this girl, like, who cares? Anyway,
And that's why this podcast is not allowed on mainstream sites.
anyway,
The term knob job.
anyway, this girl, like, we start messaging back and forth, and I'm like, oh, here's where I work, and she's like, oh, cool, I work right by there, and I said, all right, there's this bar across the street, and it's like a bar restaurant.
Yeah.
It's like a BW3s for those of you that have those around your area. And I was like, yeah, we'll just go there. You can meet me after work. It'll be awesome. Go to this bar. This girl, waitress comes over, is ready to order, and she doesn't want to order anything. She don't know what to drink. Obviously, is old enough to eat because she's a human. and doesn't order food and orders a Sprite. And so I'm like, all right, this girl's being polite. I ordered the appetizer sampler, figuring she would like pick something. Because you gotta remember, I'm dealing with Jangling Automaton here.
Hold on.
She's a biggin.
Oh, I was gonna ask, is she like
I mean,
a 3-2 or
obviously.
is she like a 6-6?
She's obviously a 6'6". No, she's like a 2'5" or something.
Yeah, I mean, she's just Kami of the Ancient Stone. Like,
Yeah, Kami, the
Kami of Old
perfect,
Stone. You know what I mean? Just J-Lo the whole way.
the biggest.
And not an ace in the face like J-Lo at all. Anyway, so like I'm sitting there and she is just not touching this thing. I eat this whole fucking sampler platter like a heifer myself because well she wasn't eating any of it. And then she's like, and then I'm like, all right, like I just have to bail on this. And I'm just like, all right, I gotta go. And she's like, oh, do you want to go back to your car and like make out? Like she just asked me straight up, and I was like, oh, I don't want to. Like I didn't want to commit to making out because I knew that night I couldn't get my blowjob. So
Why?
I was
Wait,
like,
why not?
like there's just nowhere to go.
Oh,
I was like,
you're not at a house.
No, I was living at home at the time.
Okay.
I was like preparing myself to move.
In the future, just tell me that you need my place. Like,
I don't
just
think
don't use
I don't
my
think you were
bed.
out of vet school yet. This was like 5 or 6 years ago.
oh, okay.
Oh well.
I'm just letting you know.
Noted. Anyway, so like we go and then like I give it like a week and she calls me up again and she wants to go on another date. We go to see Slumdog Millionaire.
It was a good movie.
It was an excellent movie.
I enjoyed it.
I didn't get to see the ending and here's why.
She
She's
wins.
trying to yeah, concur. She's trying to like play grab ass with me, like trying to like grab my dick and shit during the movie.
That's grab dick then.
You got me. All right. So like
Same.
she's trying to like grab my cock and stuff during the movie, and like I'm just like not having it because like I just can't get this girl's fucking ugly mug out of my face. Like
Then why
And-
would you go on a date with her if you have no
I don't
attraction?
know. Here's the thing. Sometimes it's just nice to be paid attention to.
Okay.
I don't know if you.
I'll pay attention to you anytime you want.
I want it noted that I have asked Jack Grannon out on a serious date, and I'm not sure whether or not we're actually going to go on it.
I agreed. If we're gonna go clubbing afterwards.
Yeah, he's taking me to dinner, and then we're going clubbing. So Jack
Yeah.
and I are going to go on a
So
date.
we're going on a real date.
We're gonna see. I'm gonna report back how that goes. All right. So this girl's
Hold
like.
on, I think that we should do separate podcasts that week. I'll be on both of them, but then I'll ask both of you. Like Bachelor number 1, how was your date?
Well,
Bachelor number 2.
I'm not gay, so
Not
All right.
as good as it was for Taylor.
All right. So anyway, I'm in this
My
movie,
ass still hurts.
and I just lean over and I go, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. And we had driven separately, so I just left.
oh my
Oh,
god,
wow.
that's terrible.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking bad. What's the worst?
And you
thing?
never heard or saw back from her.
No, she's still on that dating website. She
Well,
comes up as
obviously,
a
she's
recommendation every now and again.
That's awkward.
Yeah, it's real awk. I should write her a nasty email.
Why?
Why? I mean, she should.
I mean, there's this wound, and I have this salt, so.
No, but you insulted her. She didn't insult you. Other than
Yeah,
being
that's why
ugly.
he can put the salt in the wound.
Oh, okay.
Because he wounded and he can
Oh,
salt it.
I follow.
All right, Jack. I think I might just take over your part of the segment to tell the worst story ever.
It's not even a dating story because I wasn't dating her at the time.
At the time.
Oh, I haven't dated her since then,
So
obviously.
are we in agreement that we're telling this story?
I guess we're telling the story
All right,
because you guys
story's
have
being
forced it
told.
upon myself.
All right, do you want to tell it or do you want me to?
I mean, what do you want? You want me to tell it?
You tell it and then
You
we'll
tell
add
it.
flavor.
Flavor to my own story.
All right, so
Yeah.
you broke up. So you were dating this girl and broke
All right,
up
so
with her because
I was dating this girl, and so I broke up with her, and it was on a Wednesday, and blah blah blah. So Friday rolls around, she's like, "All right, are you still fine with this, or is this still what you want?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is what I want." And I never, to preface this, I've never broken up with a girl before. And this was earlier this year, so say what you will.
you had a girlfriend of 8 years. It's not like a shameful thing.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
shit. I'm just prefacing
And
it.
your
that-
girlfriend of 8 years had good boobs.
No, not really.
Taylor did cup them.
No, obviously. I mean, not obviously for everyone, but she did cup. He did cup them.
I didn't realize it was his ex-girlfriend at the time.
Yeah, but it was funny for me, so I allowed it. Anyway, so I dated this other girl for about a month and a half. Didn't work out. I broke up with her, and this is the first person I broke up with. And so Saturday rolls around. I'm about to go to my friend John's house to play some board games. Can you stop that?
No, good through the story.
We got this.
So she calls me up. She's crying. She's like, "Oh, my ferret Bollocks is dying. He's very ill, sickly. He just keeps shitting on himself. Can't move around." And I'm driving to my friend's house. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Am I supposed to comfort her? Am I supposed to be like, "Fuck off, I broke up with you"? I say, "Do you need someone there?" She's like, "Well, my best friend's here, but if you could come over, that'd be great." I'm like, "All right, fuck." So I turn the car around. I start driving over her place. She's there. Her friend's there, comforting her. She's crying.
God,
and
I
I-
can't wait till this story ends in a threesome.
If only. No.
He
She's
fixes the cable?
very similar. No, not at all, actually. So I get there, and she's crying, and she's, like, holding my hand. She's like, oh, blah, 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 my ferret's dying. And it goes on and on for, like, half an hour, maybe an hour, I don't know. My favorite reference is gone. But she just keeps talking about this ferret, and, like, how she wishes she could do something about it, and how there's no hope for him, how she wishes she could put him out of his misery. Something like that. I don't know.
And I would like to premise this story by reminding the audience that I'm a veterinarian.
Right, my
good friends.
my
with
good
Jack
friend,
Brandon.
my good friend
And
Jake
licensed in the state of Ohio to
My good
practice
friend
veterinary
Jake Al
Indiana
medicine.
and Kentucky.
is a veterinarian. At the time, I was getting kind of bored and a little aggravated at this point, and I kind of wanted to go over to my friend John's house to play some board games, who I originally planned on doing. So eventually, after a couple times, she was kind of hinting, maybe not hinting, but she was saying, she really wanted something to be done and just wanted it over with. So I'm like, I could do it. And she's like, oh, really? I'm like, I guess. What do you have in mind? So this ferret's dying and just, can't really do anything. Obviously, it's not worth living. That's a good way to put it.
Poor quality of life.
It had a poor quality of life, and the best out was for it to die.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What happened in your story now?
Don't repeat it. Just keep going.
I'm trying to
I'm saying that
Long
you're
trying to
story
give it the best background.
Yeah. That way he doesn't look like a total douche.
There was a dying ferret.
All right, so this is a
end of
dying
story.
ferret. I'm like, all right, so I'll kill it for you, is what it comes down to. And she's like, all right, sure. And we're figuring out different ways to do it. And I'm like, all right, just fill up a sink. I'll drown it for you. That's what, in my mind, that was the best way.
Which isn't a terrible way if you're kind of like.
By the way, is that illegal? I don't know.
I mean, I think that like it wasn't something that you were like torturing. Like obviously this is.
Yeah, I mean the thing was sick.
You were
and
unable to pay for
and there was-
euthanasia yourself. You didn't have a firearm handy.
I definitely could have paid for euthanasia. I could have called you up as a veterinarian.
I was out of town anyway. Remember?
Wait, were you?
Yeah, I was in
No,
Florida.
you weren't.
I was in Florida because I came back for your party.
Oh, no one told me that.
Yeah.
Well, now I feel fine about that. Anyways, so we fill up a sink, and I take the poor creature in my hands, and I hold it under.
True or false murder boner?
Did not have a murder boner, believe it or not, despite what the stories may say. So I hold this poor creature under the water, and it didn't really struggle much, which I was happy about because I didn't want to have to fight too much with it. But I looked down a couple times, and it was just looking at me and just like drowning, obviously, because I'm holding it there. And I just start crying because I feel bad. I'm drowning a ferret. Like, who fucking does that? I'm just
Jack Brandon.
drowning a ferret. All right, well, yeah. So after a good minute and a half or two, I don't know how I didn't time it, but I expected it to drown a lot faster. I'll be honest. Eventually, it gave out its last breath, and I picked up the poor creature in my hands, lifeless, and I said, to her and her friend, it's done. This ferret's dead. And we got
Did you get to play board games then?
well, yeah, after. But we got a decorative box, and we put the ferret in it. I didn't watch them bury it, but
They probably did.
they buried it. I know. So this girl was, kind of weird, and I actually helped her bury another cat of hers that died when I was dating her.
This girl sounds.
Jesus, you're like
great.
the Grim Reaper of animals with this woman.
No, I'm just a nice guy that helps her with her emotional problems with animals. And
God, I wish that I had a better story to top this because my story is not good at all. I'll tell my first date story.
I just don't think we should ever let Jack get this drunk and try and tell a story again.
why
It was
not?
fine. No, because this story is like less funny to us because we've heard it like 1,000 times.
Somebody out there is dying laughing
Right.
now.
Somebody out there's probably.
No, they're
laughing.
probably like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?
They're like,
Drowned a ferret."
I'm like, I cannot believe I can't stop listening.
So
'Cause I know there's a lot of people that hashtag can't stop listening to this.
there you go. All right. So
All right.
I hook,
You
line,
drown a
sinker.
ferret.
Yeah. So I drown the ferret. We put it in a decorative box. They start, saying some shit about it. Eulogizing, yes. And
Who fucking eulogizes a ferret?
people that have
You
emotions.
were right. You were right to break up with this girl.
She was no. Okay, you're right. So after a little bit, I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna head out of here. You guys can do whatever you're gonna do, and I'm gonna go because this is weird.
Good luck.
And
have fun.
I killed a ferret, so bye. So then I went over to my
Yeah.
friend John's house and played some board games, and didn't talk about it for another couple of weeks.
So, that's a sad story. I'm gonna move things along. My story is gonna be real fast.
All right, run it
how
down.
long
This
was
is the
that?
story of my first date. Okay.
25 minutes.
I
Are you
was
kidding
15
me?
years old, obviously unable to drive because I'm
Whatever.
15. And I found out that a girl that I went to high school with was like kind of into me.
Weird.
So I know, which is weird. So, but the nice thing is that her older brother actually like taught me most of what I know about Magic and card advantage and like the like teaching of Magic beyond
Wait a
the
minute.
rule book.
Wait a minute. Gabe Walls has a younger sister.
No, it's not Gabe Walls. Shout out to Gabe Walls though. I love that guy. Anyway, she's like, let's go see a movie. So we went to go see the movie Ed TV, which was a great movie at
Never
the time.
heard of that.
Oh, that was kind of a cool movie.
Yeah.
Before my time.
We
I
both
guess.
got dropped off. I was too nervous. We said nothing at the movie theater. And then she's like, let's go back to my place. So she had her mom come pick us up. Also, my friend found out that we were going, so he randomly crashed my date. In a very,
Cockblocked
very
you.
awkward moment.
Neat.
So it was like me, my buddy, and her, because he wouldn't leave us alone. We go back to her place to play pool. I play pool with her for about 2.5 hours. Don't say a single word. My parents come pick me up, and I go home.
Man, you're an awkward person.
Yeah, it was real bad. After that, I didn't have a date for like 5 years.
Is she a lesbian now?
Or no, 4 years. Yes, she is a lesbian.
True story.
She became a lesbian about 2 years after high school, so.
So how long does that happen?
You don't become a
5
lesbian.
years
You
ago?
just choose
Well,
to start
right.
telling people you're a
Well,
lesbian.
yeah.
I
That's
just don't want to
what-
But
offend
she
any
dated,
of our lesbian listeners.
well, she dated a lot of guys in
I'm
high
just
school.
gonna assume
so
that
she
every
didn't
ex
know,
I've
yeah.
had is a lesbian because that's
I
the
like
most
that.
reasonable thing in my
Yeah,
life.
Alright.
if they can't have you, why would they want any other man?
Right.
So, while a bunch of assholes like us have done awful things to women and just
I
continue to
did
do
not do anything awful. I was
He was a gentleman.
I would just like to say
Shut the fuck up. I'm trying
Okay.
to segue.
sure.
So, while a bunch of assholes like us do awful things to women and just continue to do awful things to women, John Finkel, being the upstanding citizen and individual that he is, turned his thing around into something really awesome, and he is now advertising his new charity, Gamers Helping Gamers, which is a scholarship fund that I'm not sure exactly how everybody's involved. I know Finkel's like spearheading it, advertising it a lot, and Chris Pikula and he,
The meddling mage.
meddling mage Chris Pikula, who I'm hoping to play in Modern, by the way.
Him or the card?
Both. I would love to play both. It'd be fantastic.
I think he was better when he was an announcer. Like,
Was he an announcer?
oh, he was an announcer for like the famous video that like is the Magic video that everyone's seen with like Lindy and Mike Long and John Finkel and Dave Price, like that top 4 video.
That like ESPN thing?
Yeah, Pakula is the commentator.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Anyway,
If anyone can find that and leave that in the comments as far as how I can get a hold of that, be
Like-
much in your debt.
Like anyone's gonna leave a comment.
anyway, both those guys were qualified for PT Philly, and they both promised to contribute all their winnings to Gamers Helping Gamers, their new charity. Finkel got 14th, and so all his
I think
winnings
he got
are
15.
Yeah, 15th. You
Yeah.
said.
It doesn't matter. It's the same amount.
He got
of money.
some sort of money, and he's contributing that to Gamers Helping Gamers. So big ups to John Finkel. And if you want to look into this, it's gamershelpinggamers.org. And they're not set up to take donations yet, as I was on their website earlier today. But they will be in the very near future, so keep checking back.
Yeah, we're actually speaking directly to Dave Williams here because he's got the money to actually donate a reasonable amount. Am I right?
Yeah,
John
I
Finkel has
suppose.
a hedge fund, right?
I have no idea what John Finkel has.
Well,
I'm not
I think he's
entirely
good
sure.
at 21. That's just what I've heard. I've heard the
Go
man
read-
can play cards.
Go read Johnny Magic and the Card Shark Kids. It's not. I've been told it's not entirely 100% true, but it's a good read. I read it in like 3 hours, and I'm half retarded. So,
cool.
all right. So that being
That's a
said,
brag right there.
what being
Low-
half retarded?
Lowly brag. No, it's reading a book in 3.5 hours.
It's like 150 pages.
I couldn't read that in 3.5 hours.
It's written in like a 4th grade level.
All right, I couldn't do that.
All right, fair
Move
enough.
on.
All right,
Just
moving
move
on.
on.
So, mentioning PT Philly,
Wait.
it's in the books now,
Yeah.
and I'm really excited about it. Like, I think the format's awesome.
Are we done talking about Finkel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you want to say something else?
No. Okay. Not really.
God, we can't even edit that part out. Oh well.
Hey Jack, I got an idea. Why don't you make our podcast more awkward for the listeners?
It's not awkward. I just thought we were talking more about Finkel and Sarah Underwood and how she got flown out to PT Philly.
Was she physically at PT Philly?
I don't know. But
But
I
Wizards
heard.
offered to fly her out.
I
saw
heard
it
on
on-
good authority.
I saw it on Twitter that they offered to fly her out. I don't know if she actually did.
Yeah, which is what I want to talk about. But
What about it?
You're all ready to go.
All right. Let's move back.
I feel that.
Well, all right. PT Philly happened, and at PT Philly may or may not have been Sarah Underwood. Tell me about this, Jack.
I would just like to say that I think it's great that Wizards is promoting a prostitution service for its level 9s.
You're such a fuckwad.
I just think it's a good incentive to get to level 9. That's all I wanted. You know what? If you don't want
I can't argue with that.
If they were to hire models to fly them out to wherever I was and watch me compete, I would probably be a level 9 Magic player. That's all I'm saying.
Call. All right, we're gonna jump around since Jack claims that he can be a level 9 Magic player.
I could have
Jack-
wanted to. I just
Jack-
don't want to.
Jack, what'd you do this weekend? Last weekend?
I went. We're not gonna go there.
Where did you go
I was
last
at
weekend?
Grand Prix Pittsburgh.
How did you place at Grand Prix Pittsburgh? What was your final record?
My record was 1-3.
And how many buys did you have?
I had a one buy.
So, you failed to win a sanctioned match of Magic during Grand Prix Pittsburgh.
Well, here's the thing. I lost to a local, Lauren Nolan, who was from Dayton. He's a very, very good player, playing Blue-White Callblade in the first match, and I was playing Blue-Black. And here's the thing. So I was going to play
Listen,
Splinter.
Jack, here's the thing. I get drunk and accidentally have sex with whores. You prepared and drove 4 hours
5.
to play 5 hours.
5.5.
5 hours to play Magic the Gathering in a completely
I didn't
different city.
prepare at all.
You don't accidentally lose
It's exactly.
to a player. You just fucking lose.
You audible into a different deck because some dumbass friend
Because
told
you're
you
a
to.
fucking retard. Who does that? We all
Lots
know.
of players do, as a matter of fact.
I have never
incorrect.
done
Alright,
that and been successful.
I made that up. You got
Right.
me.
I've
I'm just
never
saying,
done it and
I
been
swear. I
successful.
was
So
gonna play
is that
Splinter.
how many level 9s?
Here's the
audible
thing.
their deck?
Here's the thing. I was
We
gonna
should
play
call.
Splinter Twin.
Let's write an email to all the level 8s from last year, because level 9 doesn't really exist. Does it?
I don't know.
All right, let's write an email to everybody that was at the top level last year and ask them how many pro level events they audibled their deck the day before for, and then we'll find out whether you can be a level 9
Can I
Magic
explain
player.
something?
No, you can't, because you're just fucking wrong. What do
No.
you have to say? What do you have to
All
say
right,
for
so
yourself?
I was playing Splinter Twin for the last month, and I was talking to my friend Bernie, and I'm like, all right, so this seems like the deck to play.
God.
do you want
I
to
feel
explain?
like every bad decision somehow involves Bernie Wen.
It probably does.
I think every bad story involves Bernie Wynn. I wouldn't listen to that guy for... Like, if he was like, the bathrooms to the left, I would go right, because I'm pretty sure he was wrong.
If he was like,
All right.
I need you to drive me to my hotel first, then you have to listen to him, or else he might try and fight you at the Gen Con site.
I wish I was there. I would have fought the shit out of Bernie Wynn.
All right, so let me explain. So a week and a half before the Grand Prix, I was talking to my friend Bernie, who is a reasonable Magic player most of the time. And so we were talking, and I'm like, all right, so Splinter Twin seems like a good deck. I've been playing it for the past month. It's not been placing that great, and most of the Callblade decks in the top 8 have been running very minimal removal. So I said, that seems like a very good deck, assuming it doesn't do that well in Star City Games Boston, which is the week before Pittsburgh. And so that rolls around. We find out there's six Splinter Twins in the top 16, 3 Splinter Twins in the top 8, and a Splinter Twin that actually won the entire event. So we're like, well,
Damn it, I hate when that happens.
fuck. This deck, it showed up. It's finally doing well for the first time.
So you were. It happened a week ahead of time.
It happened the week before
All right,
Pittsburgh.
so you go for a response deck. What deck did you choose?
Blue-Black Control.
All right. here's where you fucked up. You played the deck that was the response to Splinter Twin.
Right.
What you should have done at
But
a
it was-
pro level event is to play the deck that's the response to the response of Splinter Twin.
But no, that's not the issue.
What's the issue? Because I'm getting bored. I want to talk about something funny.
All right, you're right. So the problem is, I played Cobblade round 1, which is a reasonable
Alright,
matchup.
so you played Cobblade, it's a reasonable matchup, and you fucking lost. What'd you play round
I
2?
fucking lost. Then I played Vampires, which is a pretty bad matchup, and
And
I
you
lost.
fucking lost.
Round 3, I played some Donk playing Mono Black, who didn't know.
First of all, we're in the 1-2 bracket at
Yeah,
this
so
point.
he's obviously
where
fucking
it's full of like
retard.
F&M superstars and shit.
Which I was gonna drop anyway.
Local
so
superstar Rocky Harris.
Alright, we got a Rocky Harris shout out in.
So I was gonna drop anyways because I wanted to not be in the tournament anymore. So I played this fucking Mono Black Donk retard, rocket shit guy who's playing Nantuko Shade,
And you still can't win.
I still can't win. He duresses me, or no, he Inquisition
I don't
Kozilek's
care
me.
how bad the beat was. You fucked it up.
I'm just
you played
saying,
the wrong deck, and you wasted a weekend.
and I sucked. No, I had a good weekend.
You've had a great run of
Did
Grand
your
Prix
bag get
until now.
stolen?
My bag did not get stolen, so
That's a win, right?
it was
there.
fine. Yeah,
That makes it
Alright.
and
infinitely
I
better
traded
than
a lot of
every
modern
other GP.
cards in for shitty cards that don't matter, but the bubble allowed me to make some money, and I had a good time. So
Alright, fair
go
enough.
fuck yourself.
That's Grand Prix Pittsburgh. I'll go fuck myself.
All right, what do you want to talk
I
about?
want to talk about Modern, because I'm stoked about it, because one of my favorite archetypes made
Archetypes.
Which one?
It's
Affinity.
archetypes.
I'm pretty sure that was a fluke.
No, it was mono red.
I know.
It top aided.
I'm pretty sure that's got to be a fluke.
It's not.
Like, how does that deck beat the Pyromancer deck?
The same way I beat your mom. With my fists.
Okay.
All right. Well.
No, no. I mean, this is a real question that I have because if the Pyromancer deck can win on turns 3 and 4, like how often is the Affinity deck winning on turn 3 and 4?
Maybe he didn't play the Infinite. There's not that many Ascension decks. Let's say that. Let's say
Like,
the
but
minigame.
Here's the thing.
the Blightsteel deck attacks and wins on turn 3 as well. Or not Blightsteel, the Infect deck
There's like 2
wins
of
on
those.
turn 3.
All right. So what's your point?
My point is, like, I don't see how Affinity can compete. Like, I have a hard time. I don't understand how Zoo can compete either. But at least Zoo has removal for their Ascension.
All right. Well, let's talk about what was in the top 8.
Sure. We're beating around the bush. We have
So
some
top 8.
Pyromancer decks. Some
I
Zero
listen.
control decks.
Listen. I love beating around the bush, but I'll always beat around some hardwood.
Oh my god.
Thanks for that.
Meaning, if you're growing out your vaginal hair,
We're not.
that's okay with me, but if you wax it, it's even better.
There's not a single female listening to this.
Lauren Lee, hello.
All right. Well,
Oh my God.
awkward.
That is the most awkward shout out I've heard. in my
Awkward
entire
comment
life.
aside.
I know that she was shipped the podcast last week.
Okay. Well, now she's never gonna listen to it again. Thanks a lot. And you're dripping on yourself.
Should I be dripping on your chin?
No, I'm just.
That was a
forewarning.
reference.
All right. So top 8. Getting back on top 8.
I'm getting surly now. I'm really
you are
annoyed
quite
with both
surly.
of you.
I can't deal with this. This is ridiculous.
All right,
You're
back
like a
on top.
goddamn pirate.
Back on topic. Top 8 was 3 Ascension, 3 Splinter
It
Twin.
was 2 Ascension.
2 Ascension, 3 Splinter Twin. There was
No,
the
2 Sponge Win.
Mono Blue Infect deck, an Affinity deck, and a Zoo deck.
A Zoo deck and a Zoo deck. And a Through the Breach 12 post deck.
Right. The only Zoo deck was
Hang on.
Advanced Zoo though.
Hang on,
They had all
I
4
gotta
colors.
count here.
No,
We got Ascension.
you haven't written shit down.
I think there were 2 Ascensions.
There's 2 Ascensions, 2 Splinter Twins. I know
Yeah.
that.
Twin,
Yeah.
2 of those.
Affinity, Mono Red Affinity.
Affinity, Bant,
Bance.
Breach.
Breach. So there's one more?
1, 2, 2, 4,
Yeah, that's
5, 6,
7.
7. One more.
Have
Oh,
you not
and
written
then
this down beforehand?
The blighted, the
Yeah, the Mono Blue Infect deck.
infect.
Alright.
All right, the infect deck was sick. I think he got.
Even though he got top 4.
No, he got top 4.
Yeah.
But I watched
didn't
his
win.
semifinal match, and he got excessively unlucky. He was holding Dragonstorm, and he searched for like he pondered and preordained and peered through the depths. He must have seen 20 cards, and couldn't find a shoal. And so like theoretically, mathematically, you see 15 cards, you're going to see a shoal a large percentage of the time.
Yeah.
And so he just got really unlucky because if he saw a shoal at any point, he would have been in business. So that's pretty unlucky, in my opinion. So there's a little bit of luck in there, and I think the Infect deck is sick.
Oh, so there's luck involved with Magic, is what you're saying.
Duh.
Okay.
I agree.
Just checking.
All right, moving on. So I think that deck is sick. I don't know if it's good to the point where Blazing Shoal needs to be banned.
Obviously not. You can just bolt the
Right.
dude or whatever.
Bolt their guy in, like they're gonna have counter
I'm
magic.
pretty
too,
sure.
but
Doesn't
yeah.
the guy have
No.
Shroud?
Shroud or
No.
Hexproof or something?
He's
No.
just unblockable.
They run two ways to
Unblockable
win.
Infect?
Blighted Agent is unblockable Infect, and the land that you can activate to
Inkmoth
become
Nexus, yeah.
a 1/1 flying Infect.
So you just have to have. You got to protect it.
Yeah, they just run like Pact of
Pact of
Negation, Disrupting Shoal. I think
Yeah,
that's
he's
it,
all
really.
about shoals, from what I could tell.
Yeah, right.
There's a lot of shoaling.
There's only I think 2 Pact of Negation, 2 Disrupting Shoal,
Yeah,
or
the
maybe
green
there's 1
packs
Pact of
too, so
Negation.
you could get the Progenitus to pitch the Progenitus
To
to
either
shoal.
of the shoals.
Yeah.
I feel like you would want to go up in Progenitus numbers. He only had 1 in his deck.
Yeah, 1 Progenitus, 4 Dragonstorms is Blazing Shoal removal
Yeah, but you can find the
cards.
You can use the Impulse card to find the Dragonstorms, whereas you'd have to like
Right.
find
yeah.
the green.
Green Summoner's Pact.
The Green Pact, yeah, to then find Progenitus. So I think that like the Dragonstorm's probably fine. I mean, he made the top 4 of a Pro Tour, and I only made top 100, so he's probably a lot better than me.
Have you ever been to the Pro Tour, Taylor Gunn?
Nope.
Not
Okay.
yet.
Well,
Not
maybe.
yet. I have faith in you. One day you'll get to the finals and you won't have to face Schneiders.
I took a second job, and I'm now having to work every Saturday of my life.
Wait, really?
That sucks.
Yeah, pretty bad.
What job is that?
I'm working in a salon. It's pretty awesome.
Which one?
It's called Lunatic Fringe. It's in Liberty Township.
I love that song.
In Ohio.
Lunatic
You don't know what you're talking about.
It's a song. I have it on my.
I know you're
Oh, that song.
out
The song is
there.
fucking horrible.
No, the song's good.
I like the song.
Da da da. Da, da, da.
You are so drunk. I'm sorry. This is gonna be a short episode because I really can't stand it. Like Jack Grant is making an embarrassment of this podcast tonight.
What?
Like-
I think he's
Dun,
adding
dun,
features.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's a lot of features.
Listen to the
that
song,
he's adding.
and you'll mog out to that part.
Mom
Shout out to Lunatic Fringe.
Yeah, shout out to all my homeboys at Lunatic Fringe. If any of you
No,
guys are
the
mad,
song Lunatic Fringe, not the people working at some salon in Lunatic Fringe.
I would.
annoyed.
If they're listening and they.
You're annoyed?
Yeah, no. Here's the thing. Like, there's
You know what I'm
there's
talking
a lot of them. There's like 6 in Utah, and then they're starting franchises all over the country. So if anybody that working at Lunatic Fringe is a Magic player, feel free to contact me on Twitter. NIRIENGUN.
Okay.
Anyway, so are you guys excited to play Modern?
Nope.
No.
Wow, I'm gonna have to fight this fight on my own.
Okay.
Modern's a great format. It has many decks. The top 16 was much more diverse than the top 8, and the top 32 was even more diverse than that.
Okay.
And I think it's a great format. It's going to continue to evolve.
Yeah,
There's
I think
a lot
it's
of
gonna evolve,
available
but
choices.
you have to like build your deck being able to beat combo.
All right.
Now, if after the next Modern tournament, it's somewhat like Legacy in that basically the first time you got a bunch of combo, then the next tournament there's a bunch of control, and then there's a bunch of aggro at the next one to kind of keep it paper rock scissors over and over again. I'm gonna be much more behind the format, but I mean to me it seems like it's gonna be a lot harder to stop those very powerful combo decks in this format.
Let me ask you a question, Taylor. How many control decks were in the top 8?
If you look at the Bant deck, it has a lot of control-y cards in it. Comparatively,
yeah, it does.
But it's more of a mid-range deck, is what you're saying.
Disagree.
It is, yeah. It's more.
What do you mean
it's a
disagree?
mid-range
It's
deck.
got mostly creatures.
It's an aggro control deck.
It's got.
because,
Does it have Wad and the Coddle in it?
Yeah.
Then it's not a control deck.
It's
Exactly.
like aggro
It's
control mid-range.
it's an aggro control deck because the whole plan.
So mid-range deck.
No, like mid-range is like a rock deck where you don't have. Like mid-range.
Like you're not grinding out value.
Right. A mid-range deck in my mind is a deck that wants to 2-for-1 you until you are out of shit, and
Yeah.
then they play something.
Or I mean, a deck that just plays like counter spells, or not even counter spells necessarily, but just cards that negate what you're doing until they ramp up into what they want to do, high mana wise.
Right, and that's not what this deck does.
But none of the decks on top 8 do that, is what I'm saying. They're all either control or
I say
aggro.
wait till the next tournament,
or not
though.
control, combo.
It's still early.
Here's the thing: you can't build a control deck without a target. It's much easier to ask questions than it is to answer them in Magic.
Yeah.
And so when somebody doesn't have any idea what the aggression is going to be, it's hard for them to build a control deck. And
I understand that.
Since this was the first modern tournament of major consequence, like there's like dailies and stuff, but like, I mean that's 4 rounds, so you don't really get an idea of what a metagame's going to look like. It's hard to build a control deck, and I think at the next tournament there's going to be a control deck because now we know what we have to counter. I think a 4 of like not any deck. I couldn't believe their deck would play 4 of Spell Pierce going into the tournament.
And you play Counterbalance, right? Oh no, the top is banned. Fuck.
Yeah.
Right. No,
Yeah,
but my point is
yeah.
a card like Spell Pierce wouldn't be a 4 of if I was preparing for the PT. But now after the PT, I can't imagine playing Islands and not playing 4 Spell Pierce. Because that card
That's
just
fair.
wrecks the combo decks.
Yeah. Well, I agree with. In a new format, you don't want to be trying to react to things that you don't know what's going to be there. But at the same time, I think they nerfed control enough that it wasn't really playable at the first big tournament. Which, I don't know, maybe that's not a problem in most people's minds, but I was just, I wasn't surprised that there was no control decks, but it kind of hurt me a little bit.
Neither was I.
Good. Alright, well, great.
I think it's going to be a fun format. I can't believe neither of you guys are excited to play it.
I mean, I'm not excited. I mean, I'll play it, but at the same time, I'm not like.
Yeah, like basically, I
It doesn't
just
strike me as anything.
if I can go
too
to a PTQ
amazing.
and it's convenient for me to go, I go. Otherwise, I just like play standard on Moto and play casual Magic at this point in my life, and limited. So like anything besides like standard and limited, it's hard for me to get excited for just because I have to get so many cards, and the window of times that I actually play those decks is so few.
That there's just no value in
Right,
buying all
like I
those
mean,
cards.
I basically liquidated all my Moto account before Legacy exploded, traded it to John Medina for a Legacy deck IRL, played the Legacy deck 3 times over the course of about 12 months, and then traded the deck for about 4 times what I traded for it. So I won, but like it just didn't do anything for me really.
So sorry.
Yeah.
What formats do you like to play, Jack?
I like to play
With yourself?
a little bit, yeah. I like to
Would
play
you say that you have jungle fever?
I would not say that.
Well, your
You are
internet history on your computer says otherwise.
All right, well that's a story for another day. I like to play Commander.
Jack is not Steve Menendian.
Wait, what is he? Does he have jungle fever?
He loves black chicks.
I did not know that.
He's his Facebook posts recently are just him with this gorgeous black girl. Like I would just blow bubbles up her ass all day. Like
The only black girl that I've really.
Do you think he talks about? Hold on. Do you think he talks about Gush with her?
I heard he has a lot to say about that card.
That's what I heard too.
I'm sure he has a lot of gushing going on in that relationship.
I've never known a black chick to be a squirter though. So
All right, well.
are you aware of what squirting is?
Something with the vagina.
That's why.
So inappropriate.
That's why I wondered because Jack's not very well versed in vaginas.
I'm not
So,
the most.
Vagina,
I've seen a Doomgape in Ascension. I'm like, that's got to be a vagina right there.
You're not the most vagina-centric person I know.
All right, well, that's good.
That is awkward.
All right,
What was your question again? Something about something.
like formats you like to play.
I don't know. Cube.
Yeah, like Cube.
I like limit. I don't really like limited actually. Fuck it. I like limited in certain. I really like Scars of Mirrodin limited.
Really?
Yeah, it
How do
gives you a lot of options.
What's your favorite limited format?
Probably Scars. Yeah, actually, it is Scars.
Oh, see, I love Razi Eldrazi.
I like
Well,
Zendikar in recent history.
Zendikar I actually did enjoy a lot because I only played blue. Not only, but I tend to force blue, and in Rise, nobody played blue. So I got all these Kraken hatchlings like 7th, 8th pick, and like Reckless Scholars, and Living Tsunamis, and Welkin Turns, and I was just
That's
the
good.
happiest camper ever. Because nobody liked blue in that format.
Do you like to camp?
I mean, it's alright.
Do you want to go cabrewing tomorrow?
Okay, yeah.
I'm down for that.
I'm in.
Are you down?
No, I gotta cut my grandpa's hair.
At what time?
Like 1:30ish.
Sweet. Then tell her to go cabrewing with us. You can do it in the canoe.
Tell her to go fuck herself. And then...
My grandfather?
Oh, I thought you said grandmother.
No, both my grandmothers dead.
I'm sorry.
My grandpa's in a nursing home, can't leave.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry to
I
hear
go
that.
cut his hair. No, it's great because
But if he's
I get
older,
it-
do you think you can do it earlier in the morning so you can go cabrewing with us?
no, he doesn't wake up until
What's wrong with him?
later.
God, that would be the life.
He's old.
Maybe you should drown him.
Whoa!
And then...
This is
Well,
so
that
inappropriate.
got there. I thought this was going to be a boring podcast, and Jack just recommended that I drown my elderly grandfather.
We could do a little 2-for-1.
So
Bring him into the cabrewing trip. Just saying.
There's plenty of places to dispose of a body in a river too.
Yeah, called the river.
I'm sorry, Grandpa Gunn. I'm sure you're
Patsfall. This
wonderful.
is my mom's side.
Oh, what's his name?
Patsfall, Ralph Patsfall.
Then he's
You're a
definitely
good
not
guy.
related to you.
I like you.
He's
He's an asshole.
he's a World War II veteran, and he's responsible for the invention of the jet engine.
No, he's not. Is he really?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm
gonna go talk to him.
He invented like some sort of cobalt that can be like they didn't have a metal that could be heated up hot enough when they were designing the jet engine, and he figured out this way to smelt cobalt to make it be able to be hot enough without
Really?
changing its
So-
properties.
See, people think
Is
that
it-
there's not things you can learn from this podcast.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
I didn't even know cobalt was involved in.
I don't even know what cobalt is, so
I
Don't
think
you
it's
have a
those-
mechanical engineering degree?
yeah.
And you don't know it's like a major
Probably
major thing when you produce steel.
I think I saw that in Diablo 2 once. Like, I could put that as a gem in my axe.
You're a dumbass.
So I think that it's about the time that we do shout-outs.
Yeah, we'll shout out
Wait,
and
hold
then
on.
be done.
Alright, you're right.
Yeah, there's nothing else. We did this one.
Did we talk about that?
We jumped over that one.
Yeah.
Wait, we
These
jumped over it or we
ones?
skipped
Well,
it?
no, we went. This went here.
Well,
I
okay.
feel like I'm watching
Because-
a football play.
Yeah, are you drunk?
I'm
Put some
walking
X's on
through our podcast notes with Jack because he's retarded.
there. We have notes, believe it or not.
Yeah. Well, when you do a podcast as drunk as we are, you have to have notes. All right. So I want to give a shout out to all the World War II veterans that are out there. Since we decided to disrespect one that's so close to my heart tonight,
We didn't disrespect him.
you recommended that I drown him.
I am giving 2-1 odds that he would drown Taylor in response.
That's an act of
And
love.
since that
If you listen to anything from my story, is that it's an act of love.
he's got a point.
For what it's worth, I don't think...
approve of what he's recommending.
All right. Shout out, JKL.
I think your
My
grandpa's
shout
a great
out,
guy.
as always, Rocky Harris. I wish that you would contact me about getting on this podcast. At this point, I'd also like to give a shout out to John Douglas, upstairs, genuine good guy. And that's about it for me today.
Jack.
I like to shout out to girls.
Because all I really want is girls.
Can you not trivialize this? This is a serious shout out.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Nope, trivializing your shout out to girls.
No, I didn't trivialize your shout out to World War II veterans.
Well, one of them was a group of people that deserve our respect, and
Oh, girls don't deserve respect because they're girls. Obviously, they don't have rights or anything.
and another one was
except
just
the 20th century or anything.
another one was just
I'm sorry, Lauren Lee.
another one was just half the general population.
52% actually.
Is it that high?
Yeah, and believe it or not, I'm still single, so
Hey,
fucking.
can we tell a story before we go?
All right.
Can you tell the story about the chick dumping or getting the pop dumped on her by AJ Soccer at the Grand Prix?
Wait, is that really? How long ago is this?
Who is this? We have plenty of
50
time.
minutes. Yeah, we have plenty of time.
It's a podcast, so we
Yeah,
can
but
go
that's
forever.
such a weird segue. It's just like, oh, by the way, talk about this.
That's fine.
All right, so
We'll
this
just
is.
tell people they can fast forward to 49 minutes and 21 seconds and get the best
All
story.
right, so what's this girl's name?
All right, so this is a girl named Mary Jacobson.
And she is a 100% fixer-upper. If Mary Jacobson were interested in me, I would go for it, take her in the salon, and treat her like a 57 Chevy.
I don't know.
Spit shine that thing, change the interior. You know what? The whole bit.
So,
and I think
Miss
she would be a
Jacobs-
beauty.
Jacobson, if you want to be spit on, Taylor's your man.
All right, well, I don't know if that's appropriate at all, but
I mean, you gotta get the lube running somehow.
All right. So when I was at Grand Prix, wow, is that okay? So I don't know if I can.
This is why you have to listen to our podcast till the end.
This is why our podcast is not accepted by anybody at all. Actually.
No, everybody loves it. They
All
just
right.
love it in secret.
All right, Mary Jacobson.
All right. So Mary Jacobson is a Star City Games grinder. I'll say. She's a talented zoo player in Legacy. I don't know if she plays a standard. But she is a female that plays Magic the Gathering, and I met her at Star City Games Cincinnati. It was fine.
Was she
And
the
then
chick dressed up as a Stoneforge Mystic?
No, that's somebody else.
Oh,
She
okay.
wears baggy pants and t-shirts.
Yeah, she
I don't
she
know.
wears regular clothes. Anyway, so I saw her again at Grand Prix Pittsburgh, and she walks up to me in our hotel. We're cubing, and she tells me this story. She says, "Oh, let me tell you this funny story." So I walk up to this kid and I say, "Here's this dick drawn onto a mountain." So she took a Sharpie and drew a dick onto a mountain. And she said, "Walk up to AJ Soccer and say, 'Hey, I'm a really big fan of yours. Can you sign this card for me?'" And so this kid does it. He walks up to AJ Soccer. He's in the middle of a match. He says, "Oh, okay. I'm you know,
A big
I'll do
fan
it."
when you sign this card. Soccer
Yeah,
turns the card over.
the kid's like, "Yeah, blah blah blah. I'm a big fan. Can you sign this card for me?" And AJ's like, "Oh, okay. I'll do that." And he's like, kind of, I don't know, full of himself. I don't know. So he turns the card over, and it's a dick drawn onto a mountain. And I don't know exactly what happened, but he was not too thrilled with that.
Which says he probably doesn't like dick.
I guess he doesn't like dick or something. I don't know, fucking weirdo. And so he
always
figures out
seems
he
hateful,
figures
though.
out that Mary Jacobson put this kid up to it and pours over. He takes his 2 liter of Dr. Pepper and pours it all over her head, her clothes, her binder, everything.
That's what I call a sticky situation.
And there's a sticky situation. So she thought he was joking about pouring all over, but he does it, and she gets kind of mad. Obviously, she calls the judge as per you should do when you have an altercation with a player. So the judge comes over, takes both their stories, blah blah blah. They talk to the head judge, and so the judge comes over to Mary and says, "Oh, yeah. So AJ Soccer says that you've been harassing him all day. Just bothering him. We would prefer it if neither of you showed up tomorrow." And this is on Saturday. So she already pre-reg for the PDQ on Sunday. He said, "Here's your $30 back. We don't want to see you on the venue." So both Mary Jacobson and AJ Soccer got kicked out of the venue. And
So that's the end of Soccergate.
that's the end of Soccer Day, yeah.
Soccergate. All right. Well, we want to thank everybody for coming over the bridge one more time. We'll see you all next Wednesday. I hope you're having a happy hump day. Thanks
Wait, what
so
do you
much.
mean Wednesday?
Well, I posted on Tuesday evening before I go to bed.
Oh, alright, never mind. Carry on.
Depending on what my schedule's like this week, it may go up Wednesday at lunchtime.
That just ruined that ending for you.
Well, if you the problem is I go out on Tuesday nights, so
You go out on Tuesday nights?
yeah, it's usually a night I
To
spend
the
with my
club?
girlfriend.
Oh, can I go?
So what was
Or
it?
Can I go?
Like usually we don't do anything, but yeah, you can.
Can I
go.
watch?
Yeah.
Cool.
Jesus, this is irrelevant. All right. Thanks everybody for coming over the bridge. Have a great hump day.
Love you all.
Goodbye.